Hey, what up, Juggalos? We have a very special interview with the one and only Violent J of the Insane Clown Posse. This has been a long time coming for Faygoluvers, and I gotta say props to Corporal Robinson and our guy on the side, Homie Jay, who helped set this up. So what up, Jay?
What up, Juggalos, Juggalettes, Ninjas, and Ninjettes, everybody peeping this from around the stratosphere, everybody that's taking the time out to peep out these words, hello, and I hope you find the answers you're looking for within these questions and answers, and I hope you enjoy this fresh interview that you're about to be enlightened with as it unravels right here and right now.
Definitely. So, I gotta say, man, Corporal Robinson, we've been talking over the past few weeks while you've been on the Tempest tour, and he made it sound like you're just about as excited about this interview as I am. So I'll let you start up by saying what you gotta say.
Oh, well, I don't really have anything in particular about anything to say in particular.
Just wanted to lay it all out there, huh?
Other than, that we had, that, there's nothing on psychopathic end or my end or Shaggy's end that can't be said. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's secretive or there can't be spoken. There's nothing, there's nothing secretive or there's nothing psychopathic, there's nothing business-wise, there's nothing fucking record label-wise, there's nothing that we can't say. You know what I'm saying? Psychopathic is the Juggalos label. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
But it's something we can't keep from Juggalos. And I don't know how sometimes things get taken that way. Like, I wonder what the truth is or this and that. Like, we might put something out there for why something is this way, and then sometimes read something different. Like, well, I wonder what it's really like.
Right.
Why it's really like that. Or, But the truth is that usually, for 9 times out of 10, exactly like we put it, unless we're saving something for somebody's own personal business. You know
Sure.
what I mean? But as far as anything goes, it's usually exactly the way we put it there, unless somebody specifically asks for their own personal reasons. If that makes any sense.
Right, like you didn't have to say shit at the gathering about what really happened to Alex, so...
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But unless Alex himself says, in my own I would like personally to have it done this way. You know what I mean?
Right.
Therefore, we're not going to go and blow his news up and say, fuck him and say whatever we want to say. You know what I'm saying? We're going to do it the way he asked us to do it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, so for those who don't remember, Alex's house kind of got shot up, and have there been any arrests or anything like that? Did you ever find out who did it?
In the situation of Alex, it's funny because me and Shaggy were just talking about this, not yesterday, but the day before. And the situation with Alex is a very painful, very hurtful situation. Because, there haven't been no arrests or nothing like that. But the reason it's so sad, so shitty, is because out of all of the years together, and all of the freshness together, and all of the history together, as the way things stand right now, that's the way it ends. You know what I mean? And that is like having a huge hole in your stomach. You know what I mean? It feels like a big hole in your gut, knowing that somebody got the best of us like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that was Alex's choice to leave what he did for his wife and for his daughter. That was his choice to leave Tom and to leave the company. He felt somebody was looking to take his life. Obviously, somebody shot his house up with him in it. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But he said it was definitely somebody trying to kill him. Whether it was or not, that's just the way things ended. But however, as we said at the gathering, he had every intention on leaving the record business anyway.
Really?
Because it's a lot like like my brother Jump Steady did. It's nothing against the music business. It's just that some people don't want to spend their entire life doing one thing. Even if they're great success at it or whatever the case is, some people want to do something completely different after a while. They don't want to spend their entire life story doing one thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
My brother right now, I don't know if a lot of people know this or not, but my brother, he left Psychopathic Records. We're talking about my brother. You know what I'm saying? There was no beef or no fallout. out or no shit like that. But my brother left psychopathic, went to school for like 2 years to become an EMT, and passed his classes with the highest he could pass. And right now is an ambulance driver in Detroit.
Holy shit.
Yeah, and he drives an ambulance. And that's because that's something he wanted to do since middle school.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And that's something he wanted to do. And that has nothing to do with anything other than him and his life and adventure. You know, what he wants to do and where he wants to take his life and things like that. That doesn't have anything to do with anything else. You know what I'm saying? It's just he wants to do something different. You know, shit, man. You know, my brother's 36 years old or 37 years old now. You know, it's like you know, the 6 Joker cards have come and gone. I mean, how long and how hard can you school it before you consider that, you know, you kick the music industry's ass? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Now for me and Shaggy, that's all we know and love, and we couldn't picture doing anything else because this is all we've ever wanted. However, you know, Alex and my brother, these were people that came into the music industry behind us. You know, these were people that came in to help us in the beginning. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They came in to help us. They, as a partnership, and they have dreams and goals of their own. You know what I mean? And yes, our dreams became their dreams. But after, you know, 15, 16, 18 years or whatever, they might want to do something totally different with the second half of their life.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Well, I'm actually going to touch on most of those things that you just covered later in the interview, but since you brought it up, like, do you see ICP and you and Shaggy still dropping albums 10 years down the road, 5 years down the road?
I do, but maybe not as frequent.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I would like it to be a little more special when we drop an album. I'd like it to be like, I'd like it to maybe be less often. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't want to drop one every year. Maybe, you know, I don't know. We don't have it all planned out yet. You know, things go as they happen. With, you know, maybe something like every you know, like Michael Jackson style,
right.
every 5 years. You know what I'm saying? Or something like that, to where we could drop an album, go on tour, you know, do the whole deal, and then disappear again, and cool it with our kids. You know what I mean? And help our kids do their things and be part of their lives 100%, cool and all of that. And then when it's time and we want to reunite and do that shit again, you know what I mean? And put one out there and fucking get on the road and do all of that shit. You know, but that is, that's album. But there's other things with iTunes that I think we would probably want to always do all the time.
Like The Gathering?
Well, The Gathering, absolutely.
Right.
The Gathering, absolutely, and probably Halloween, absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
But also, there's things that we just, you know, like running psychopathic, you know, I could see us doing that, you know, that's just what we do, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Also, you know, whatever we're doing. Like right now, we're having a fucking blast doing Slam TV.
Oh, yeah.
That shit is just off the hook fun, man. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
That's not, that shit is crazy, insane fun, you know, and you know, that's not like, you know, that might play out one day or become more work than it is fun or something, but right now that shit is insane fun, you know?
Yeah, you gotta keep it fresh, man.
Yeah, you know.
Doing the shit for, what, almost 20 years now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we just, you know, so there'll always be things we're doing, you know what I mean? You know, and we'll always be doing things by ICP, you know, whatever we're doing, whatever ICP is doing, you know, we'll always be doing things with ICP all year round.
Mm-hmm.
But as far as releasing an album in the road, I don't think, I'd like to do less common, less ordinary, I mean less regular.
Yeah.
I'd like to slow it down and you know, not have an album come out every year. You know, this is in the future, and you know, when we get 40, 45, you know, I don't want to drop an album every year.
Right.
Just keep on touring and shit. I wanna be with my kids and shit. And I know Shaggy feels the same way, and everybody, you know what I mean. And but we're always gonna do it. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
They might sound different. You know what I mean? Of course they're gonna sound different. We're not fucking 19 anymore. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But we're gonna still put everything we got into them. That's for sure, because that is what we fucking love, man. It's everything we are.
Well, man, I don't want to say that I was shocked, but man, there were at the Dallas show. You know, you were sick. By the way, how's your throat, first of all?
It's fine. I just caught. See, what happened was, my voice blew out really bad. Like every tour. I mean, every tour, my voice goes out, Shaggy's voice goes out, but we always doing shows anyway.
Mm-hmm.
But you know, my voice was really, really bad, and I had a really bad show. And at the end of the show, I was smashing shit up my face. I just felt like shit about the show, you know. So I went to the doctor, and he told me, he said, you have like it's just like if you would have a cut or something on your arm. If you don't let it in your throat, you have an injury in your throat, you know. If you don't let it heal, it's gonna scar like that.
Mm-hmm.
So if you keep doing this tour and you don't take a week off and let that shit heal, it's gonna scar like that. And you're always gonna sound like that because you have like, you know, I fucked it up. You know, I was doing the shows or whatever, and I like whatever the deal was, I fucked my throat up somehow. And he said, you know, just like a scrape to your knee or something, you know, and you just kept scraping that bitch every night. You know what I mean? It's like if you don't fucking let that shit heal, it's gonna be permanently scraped, you know. So I went back and told Billy that, and he was like, man, well, you got to take that time off, you know. So that's what that happened. That's what happened there. That was the first time that I think that I actually took time off. But that scared me. I don't want to sound like I did then forever. I know my shit's fucked up, but I don't want to sound like I did then.
Mm-hmm. Well, man, just so you know, I don't know if you were at any of the shows where Blade and RLC and all that took over, but man, they schooled us, so
yeah,
so definitely know everything to be said about. So,
cool, man. Those are some classic nights.
Definitely. But at the Dallas show, man, like I said, I don't want to say I was shocked, but I have never seen more juggalos at a Dallas show. Even going back to the Bronco Bowl days, it was unbelievable. So, I mean, do you see that at every stop? Is it just more and more?
You know what? I'll say this. Our concert draw has never been fresher. And I'll tell you what, it started, we really noticed it on the Halloween tour, which is the tour we did before
the Tempest. Yeah.
Man, it was some packed ass houses on the Halloween tour.
Mm-hmm. Crazy
packed houses. And we were like, damn, and that was like the first time we really toured in a while.
Yeah.
You know, and we were like, yeah, man, that's the shit, you know. So then we went out with Twisted here on the Tempest, you know, and it was the same thing. Some really, really, really packed places, you know. And we were like, that's the shit. Maybe it's because we're not touring so often, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like we're not going out, you know, 3 times a year. We kind of slowed it down a little bit. And but who knows? We don't have it figured out.
Yeah.
I don't really know why it's like that, but we're just thankful with the motherfucker, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, we deal with some really, really cool ass, big ass crowds, man. There's places right now that things are jumping off the hook, and it's really cool to see that in 2007 we can ignite some fires and draw these big ass houses, and we weren't even doing that 5 years ago in these cities, you know, like Salt Lake City. It's just jam, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And we go to Salt Lake City and it's fucking packed, and that shit feels good, man. That feels hella good.
Well, I know that you touched on this in a recent Vertigo interview. You said that you keep getting older and older, but the juggalos keep staying the same age. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, I think it goes like this. I think that ninjas that are like, you know, 18 to 25 or whatever, I think they can get out the concerts more.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I think ninjas that are older, they got, you know, jobs and you know, kids or whatever, and I think they just can't make it out as long. You know what I'm saying? That's exactly what I think, you know? And I don't think that our fan base is younger like that. I just think this concert audience is a younger audience.
Yeah, I mean, I saw some 10, 9, 11, 12-year-old kids there, so I feel you on that one.
But I do know this, you know, and this is gonna sound kind of weird, you know. I don't want people to take this wrong, but there's a definite audience out there for ICP, right?
Mm-hmm.
And this might sound crazy, But this audience, they don't know nothing about, okay, they don't know much about psychopathic records. They don't know nothing about slam TV. They don't know nothing about, Quest for Shangri-La or any of the stuff that is really a brick that cements this foundation. It's just the wicked clowns, and all that stuff that's like Spencer's and Hot Topic and shit. Okay, there's an audience out there that don't know shit about HatchetGear.com. They just get all this stuff from like Spencer's, Hot Topic, and they're out there, man. And they don't even know some of the how can I put it? There's like it's like we'll walk by them and they won't know it's us. They won't have a clue. We'll walk by them and they won't have a clue it's us. And I'll look into their eyes and I'll see that they won't even have a clue, really, of anything about us. They'll be wearing the stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Now wait a minute. I'm not knocking those people at all. I'm not dissing those people. I fucking can't believe that we're still able to generate interest like that. Now I'll tell you what that's about. I think. Okay, you know the Misfits, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay, take that Misfits logo. That Misfits logo represents, to me, I think it represents punk rock. So you'll see people wearing the Misfits logo. Just don't listen to the Misfits. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But they'll wear that logo, or something like that, and they'll have it on their jacket or whatever, and they don't listen to the Misfits, but they'll still have that logo everywhere, this and that, And I think there's people out there that wear ICP shit that might not necessarily even listen to our music, but they wear it for what it stands for to them, and I think that's just underground shit. Even if they don't even actually listen to it and stuff. But some cities we would go to, like on this last tour, we played somewhere in like they wouldn't know twisted shit that time. You know what I'm saying?
You're right.
And that shit really blows my mind, man. It really blows my mind. You know what I mean? Because I didn't know that it existed like that anymore. I figured everybody was all on the same page when it came to Juggalo. But there's still people out there that are just I guess you call them like I don't know what you call them, but they're not juggalos, they're just fans.
Yeah, kind of fans, right.
You know what I'm saying? The juggalo isn't a fan.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? There's a way difference between the two things.
Well, all juggalos got to start somewhere. These people might not know anything but, the last 3 or 4 years of your work, you know what I mean?
I don't think, it's hard for me to explain it.
Yeah.
What I'm trying to say, but I don't think these people will ever be juggalos.
Okay, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I think they're just kind of just going through the motions, you know what I'm saying? And, but it's cool. It's all good by me. I'm cool with it. But it's just really interesting shit, man. I don't know any other way to put it. I think it's because we got cool looking merchandise.
Yeah, that's true.
That's the only way I can put it. But me and Shaggy, we try to look at that shit, And just sometimes we can see some kids walking through the mall, and you'll know juggalos, and then you'll know some people rocking the shit that don't really know. I don't know.
No, I see it. So when I was talking about the Tempest tour, I mentioned that RLC had done some shows, or all the shows that you had to have fill-ins for. Man, when are you going to sign this guy? He's been doing all kinds of shit for you guys in the last 5 years. When's it going to happen?
Well, it's already been done.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, I don't want to talk about the project.
Okay.
But it's already been done. There's a deal going down, and the secrets lie within the new Blaze album.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, that's all I can say.
Okay.
Because I don't want to give away their project and what they got bubbling, you know what I mean?
All right. Hey, man, I'm just glad to hear it happen.
Yeah. Hey, he's a hell of an artist, man. He's a hell of an artist. He's got a hell of a brain. And you know what? He sat in there with us when we mixed the Tempest. And he's a hell of an artist, man. And got a lot of great ideas.
Do you think that it's taking them so long due to some of the shit from the past that you all been through? Or you just kind of put that behind you?
Like what? Like
well, like some of the old stuff with the old Eastern communities.
Oh man, no.
That's just all behind you.
That shit is so far behind.
Yeah.
I mean, that shit is like literally 10, 15 years behind.
Yeah. Well, I know you mentioned it in your book 3 or 4 years ago, so I didn't know if it was still.
No, yeah, that's I don't even no, it's nothing like that. It was more a case of what to do. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Trying to figure out exactly what to do and trying to figure things out like that. You know, we're not like a giant record company. You know, we got to figure out. We try to plan everything perfectly before we do something. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And everything is like a hands-on project. We like to figure everything out before we do it. You know?
Mm-hmm.
And so I guess it was just basically we just figure out a fresh enough idea and something he was happy with, something we were happy with, and we got it all figured out. And then we got a long-term plan set up and everything. And a couple times we'd be real close, and then sort of just never happened.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But we got it all going now.
Cool. So let me ask you about the Hatchet House.
Okay.
So we know about Telly being signed. How's her project coming along?
It's coming along pretty good. It's coming along a little slower.
Yeah.
But it's definitely coming along pretty good. I'd like to get in there and mix it when it's all done. You know?
Mm-hmm.
But I haven't been able to really do nothing with it because I've been gone for the last 2 months or whatever.
Right. So originally, whenever y'all brought this up, you said there were going to be, I think, 3 artists signed to the label. Do you know who the other 2 are going to be?
Let's see. I know who one of the other 2 is. Yeah. I can't really tell you right now.
Okay.
We didn't announce it yet.
Yeah.
But it's pretty predictable. If you've been to the Texas tour and you see what's going on, it's pretty predictable. You know what I mean?
All right.
What we got going on right now, who kind of blowing up on stage and everything.
All right.
But just know this, Hatchet House, you know, is our label to do things a little bit different.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? We want to try to do things different with the Hatchet House. We want to, you know, not everybody's going to necessarily, you know, paint their face or do things like this or spit the wicked shit. You know, it's more or less a place where we can experiment and we might find, you know, we might see different kind of music on there or something. It's just our way of, if we want to try to get behind some different kind of music, we can do it without fans of Psychopathic being like, oh, that ain't, you know, that ain't right for Psychopathic. You know what I mean? Psychopathic's about this. Everybody has a certain idea how they want Psychopathic to be, and we respect that. You know what I mean? So rather than change the formula that makes the Hatchet so dope, we decided to just keep Psychopathic the way it is.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And now on, we'll do our experimenting with the Hatchet House.
All right. Well, let me ask you this: you've had labels in the past, sub-labels in the past, like UMZ and Act and Smash and all that. What do you think is going to be different about Hatchet House to where you're going to keep this one afloat?
Because UMZ and Act and Smash, we weren't, you know, endorsed in that.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't even really want people to know that we own those labels.
Okay.
Those were like Alex's deal. You know, like he was going for radio and MTV and video with those.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like he had MC Breeze signed to UMC, and all kinds of money went into getting Breeze on the radio and getting Breeze videos fun on TV and this and that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you know, if you pull a radio station band up in front of a concert, you know, a Juggalo concert, they'll fuck the band up.
Oh yeah.
I mean, you know what I'm saying? That's the truth.
Mm-hmm.
They'll fuck this. I mean, if let's say a radio DJ came out, hey, I'm fucking from you know, Sweet 92 Balls, you know, they'll boo that motherfucker off the stage. You know what I mean? If he comes out there and says, hey, let me introduce the band tonight in front of Juggalo. So, you know, when we did Act and Smash and UMC, that was like some under the you know, some down low shit.
Yeah.
And that was just, you know, something that Alex was doing to see if you know, he felt the connections that we made at that time were good enough that we might be able to take a band or a rap group or something and actually blow them up through the mainstream process, you know what I mean? And people were real iffy about it, you know what I mean? And half the people at Psychopathic weren't really into it, the other half were behind it, and it was all just kind of a bad time. And then, you know, Dog Island, first record was not Psychopathic, and the second record jumped over to Axis Smash, and that was all just kind of, the whole thing was just a bad, you know, we've made a lot of mistakes over the years, and those sub-labels were definitely a big mistake.
Okay.
You know, and it cost us a lot, man, and it was a bad mistake. But see, this is something totally different. This is for juggalos. You know, the Hatchet House is for juggalos. We'll never do something like that again, like Axis Smash and UNC. Hatchet House is for juggalos. You know, that was like almost a side business that Alex was getting up and running, you know, and it was something that they were trying to do. But this, you know, Hatchet House, we publicly endorsed that. You know what I'm saying? Like, that is something we're proud of from Psychopathic. That's why we call it the Hatchet House, you know.
So you think if there's anybody that does maybe multiple albums on the Hatchet House, you'll bring him over to Psychopathic eventually, or is it just going to stay the same?
It'll just make the Hatchet House longer.
All right.
You know what I mean? It's not anything below Psychopathic. It's just like I said, it's you know, people love Psychopathic the way it is, and so do we. You know, and you know, we want to be able to take some chances and do some different things without upsetting the formula that is Psychopathic. You know, so, you know, if we sign like a heavy metal band or something, the Hatchet House, you know, there are people out there that'll feel like, man, what is the heavy metal band doing on the Hatchet, man? The Hatchet is all the wicked shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Things like that. So, just to keep Psychopathic like it is, you know, Psychopathic Records, we just keep that like it is and let the Hatchet House be a place to experiment. But if something blows up on the Hatchet House, that's the shit for the Hatchet House.
Yeah.
It's just, you know, it's the same thing, but it's just a new place. You know, it's all the family though. Just another idea we're trying to do. It might work, it might fail. Hey, we're just out here trying, man.
Cool. Okay. So did you happen to catch a recent interview with Rudy?
Yes, I did.
I mean, he had nothing but great things to say about you guys. So what exactly went down to make him want to leave? Was it more of a jump study type situation?
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
The only thing we got beef with was the way he left.
Okay.
You know what I mean? It just failed out of nowhere, and that sucks. You know what I mean? But I've talked to Rudy several times since.
Okay.
And you know, me and Rudy got a friendship that's unbreakable. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And Rudy is definitely my dog. And Rudy's always been a very mysterious person. You know what I mean? You just gotta respect that.
Yeah.
That's part of Rudy. And why he left, I don't know.
Well, he's done this, you know, several times in the past. I don't know if it's really like he did this time, but do you think that even if he wanted to come back, would you welcome him back?
I welcome him back into my life.
Yeah.
The day he left. Business-wise, you know, there's a lot more people involved. You know what I mean? You know, that'd be Billy's call first and foremost because, you know, me and Shaggy, we you know, Billy is the CEO of Psychopathic, so we honor Billy's decision.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? 100%. You know, and everything like that. And, you know, Billy had a lot of trust in Rudy for the position Rudy had at Psychopathic. Rudy was like a very public face with Psychopathic, involved in a lot of things. You know what I mean? And when he failed, it hurt him. It sucked. You know what I mean? We didn't know where he went. You know what I mean? But that's Rudy. You know what I mean? Like you said, he's done things like that in the past. And would we bring him back to Psychopathic? Number one, I don't think Rudy wants to come back to Psychopathic. Would we? I probably would. But I don't know if Billy would. I don't know if everybody would want to trust him in that position, put him in the full-time position that he was in again. You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely.
But do we want Rudy to come rock shit at the gathering, and do we about Rudy to come rock shit here and there and things like that, absolutely.
Right on.
You're damn right. Yes, we do.
Cool.
Rudy back in JCW, yes.
Well, he had some pretty harsh words to say about Corporal. Is that, if that's been smoothed over, or do you know what that was all about?
I think they smoothed it over now, but it was about something about one of Rudy's friends in Corp, and just something about Corp. I don't really know.
Nothing to say about business, but man, he made it public, so I figured I'd ask.
Yeah, it's just like one of those things, man. Somebody between Rudy and Corp, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And they had an issue, whatever the deal was, I don't know, But they I'm pretty sure that Rudy and Corp made it all good now.
Cool. All right. Well, speaking of beefs, I don't know if you've heard, but man, in the last 3 or 4 days, Mars, original Lotus members come out with a diss track towards you guys. I don't know if you've heard it, but
for what?
I don't know. See, that's what I'm trying to figure out, because he did it with no explanation, and I'm like, well, was there something that was trying to happen again, and now there was another riff or what? Because we interviewed him 2 years ago, and he said, no, man, I got nothing left for those guys. They're doing their thing, I'm doing my thing, and now this just came out of nowhere.
Well,
So,
that sucks.
yeah, I didn't know if you had heard it or not.
No, I didn't hear it.
Okay.
But that sucks.
All right, well, let me jump over to about, I would say 6 months ago, Misery's official website said that he had actually, I guess his homie got on there and said that he had died. And I know that you've got, some relations with him, so I didn't know if do you know if this is the truth or not?
Well, shit. No, I don't think it's the truth.
Okay.
But I don't want to ruin his whatever promotion thing. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Okay.
But all I can say is, if it was the truth, yeah, we got family together, and I'd probably be attending the funeral if it was the truth.
Mm-hmm.
So that's all I can say about that. But I don't want to step on his promotional thing.
No, look, yeah. Well,
I got nothing but love for Misery. I got nothing but respect for Mars. I don't know why, I don't know why. I don't know.
It's gonna pass you, huh?
Yeah, we don't think about that shit no more, man.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? It's like, just look ahead, man. You know what I mean?
Well, have you had any contact with people like ABK in the past, recently, or is it just...
See, ABK's a different story.
Yeah.
I miss Killer. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
We were close to them. It's not as easy to look ahead on their situation. You know what I mean? But Killer, no, I haven't had no communication with Killer at all. I understand he's touring and stuff, and that's the shit. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Esham, though, has communication with Esham, and he's the shit. That's cool. And
well, No Twisted has mentioned talking to him at a recent show or event or something like that.
That's the Detroit music.
Yeah,
which was definitely cool. And that's the shit, you know what I mean? And I said from day one, man, I wish Killer all the luck. It would be so dope to see Killer, freak that shit, school that shit, you know what I mean? Because he should be schooling that shit and freaking that shit, you know what I mean?
right.
There's one comment Killer made, I think, and I don't want to say something if he didn't make this comment. And I hope he did make this comment if I'm going to say this. But I remember somewhere, I thought he made the comment, he said something about, maybe he said this when he first left. He said something about, the thing that sucks about psychopathic is everybody there is on fucking antidepressants and shit because there's so much going on there. They all gotta take pills or something just to fucking cope or whatever, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
That's something about everybody being psychiatrists and shit. Well, I will say this. Yeah, you know what I mean? Shit gets real hectic, but I don't think that's a psychopathic thing as much as it is anybody that works their ass off, you know what I mean? And works hard as fuck, you know what I mean? And if he's out there doing everything himself now, he probably sees that, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And so, I wish him all the luck in the world, man. And you know who's the shit? You know who's the atom bomb? It's the fucking Axe Murder Boys. They're the shit to me because, those guys, they left, and, they're fucking on tour, they're schooling it, and they're making noise or whatever. They're going on tour, they're doing their thing, and that's good, man. That's the way they should do it, man. I don't know why. If you do a record with somebody, and you try to, okay, you do a record with somebody, try to try to blow them up, you try to do everything together, and for whatever reason, it don't work out. You know what I mean? For whatever reason, it's always a different reason in every scenario. But when somebody has to leave, I don't know why people have to talk shit. You know what I mean? I just don't get it, man. Yeah. Obviously, you guys both were working toward the same thing, to blow that person up. You know what I mean? So I don't know why there could ever be any bad feelings either way. You understand?
No, I hear you.
It just doesn't make any sense to me. You know, obviously you were trying to blow that person up, like you believed in them. You know, like, well, I guess nobody really talks shit. I mean, for a minute there, you know, things got fell or whatever for a minute when Esham and Killa and Lavelle left. They put out that mixtape. But that was just for a second. That was too bad. But everybody's shit. We got nothing but love for everybody. And I was glad that shit's over. And I really want to see everybody succeed, man. I wish there was 50 tours out there right now. Everybody spitting the wicked shit. Man, the wicked shit should become its own phenomenon, man. It's just everybody's out there.
It kind of has. Well, what do you think about, besides, you know, past people you work with, what do you think about the underground, you know, music scene as a whole right today?
I think it's the shit. I don't listen to it all. You know what I'm saying? But you know, I got my hands full with what we're doing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I know we bump into people, and they give us CDs all the time. You know what I mean? And I might bump into them again. Did you hear my shit? You don't know I didn't, or I forgot, or I don't remember who you were, or whatever. Or automatically, you know, we're a dick, or whatever. You know what I mean? But you know what, man? We got our own shit going on. You know what I mean? And yeah, man, we just, like, everything that's going on, man, more power to them. You know what I mean? I want to see everybody do that shit, man. It was a time when I felt like everybody and everything out there was competition, but we definitely don't feel like that no more.
Yeah, I wondered if you felt like that.
Huh?
I said I wondered if you felt like that.
There was a time.
Yeah.
You know, there was a time when we felt a lot of ways. I mean, there was a time. There was a time when we felt like every way. I mean, you know, we've been doing this so long, man. You know what I mean?
Alright, so during the interview, the tape actually ran out of space, so I actually had to stop and change tapes. While this was going on, I asked him about the Tempest World Tour, how it's called the World Tour, and there were no international tour dates scheduled. Here's where we left off.
So everybody just does the math, and everybody's like, oh, when are we going to fit it in, blah, 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 it's only going to cost us money. So that kind of got put to us all, you know what I mean? And this and that and this, so I don't even know if there's going to be any other part of the world other than the world we just covered.
Right. Well, it was a hell of a show, man. Even without you there, they did a hell of a job, so.
Man, I just want to go, and in Europe, I don't know what's going on with Europe, man. It might not happen. It might just be the United States again.
Okay.
And I hate to say it, man. I feel like dying. But as much as I want to go to Canada, I still don't know what the holdup is with Canada. We talk about it with Billy, and I'm not sure 100% what the deal is. But fuck, man, we want to go to Canada terribly bad. You know, it's just, I don't know what the deal is.
Well, I know there's still a glimmer of hope out there for all the Joes for a sequel to Big Money Hustlers, Big Money Rustlers. Is there? And I know you've said this time and time again at the gathering, it's probably not going to happen. Has there been any change in that?
Yeah, there's been an enormous change.
What?
Yeah, absolutely.
Really?
There's way more than a glimmer of hope.
Wow.
You check this out. With the video department that we've been working on, see, we're building that video department, and our skills are getting tighter and tighter as we go. And absolutely, positively, we're going to do Big Money Rustlers.
Holy shit.
No question about it. And we're going to do it. And we're going to do it ourselves. We got it all figured out, the way we're going to do it. And it's going to be just like we said, it's going to be the Western, but it's going to be, you know, it's going to be super tricked out, super funny. And it's going to, you know, plus things even change from back when I said it may never happen, you know. things now they don't have to be shot on film. They can all be shot on
TV.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everything can be shot digital and everything this and that, you know. And we're learning about that shit. We're still learning. We're figuring it out. And we are absolutely going to shoot that. The number one problem, the number one thing right now is time. You know what I mean? We need to block out a good fucking piece of time to do that and to go shoot it. You know what I mean? But absolutely, by the time the gathering rolls around at the seminar, we will have news. I'm guaranteeing it right now on when the shooting will take place.
Wow.
It's that soon, my brother. We will have the actual news on when the shooting will go down.
Well, that leads to another question. In 2003, you had a contest to have a part in Big Money Wrestlers. Now, I actually know the guy that won the contest. Do you think you're still going to honor that contest?
Fuck yeah.
Yeah?
Especially if you know the guy.
Right on.
All you gotta do is, because if you know the guy, then cool, plug us back into him, and it's going down.
Right. All right. Let's see. What else do I got? Okay. So a lot of Juggalo's favorite track on the Tempest, from what I've heard on board and all that, was the Tower.
Oh hell yeah! Really?
Yeah. Definitely.
Fuck yeah! Really?
Yeah. And so that was based on the old University of Texas shooting, right? What?
You just made my day.
Well, man, let me tell you this. If you got a whole album of those type tracks in you, then put it out, because I was definitely feeling that.
That's so dope.
Yeah, definitely.
Let me feel it.
Oh, yeah.
That's dope. Yes, that was definitely the idea, without a doubt, was from that shooting. But, you know, of course, I don't know the facts on that shooting. You know, I could have done the facts, done it identical, wrote the song identical to that shooting, but I just kind of took that shooting and put my own spin on it. You know what I mean? But yeah, man, you know the sun beating down on that guy's head up in that tower. You know what I mean? And that guy's military precision sniping, man. You know, and way back in the day, man, when serial killing was still relatively new.
Yeah, it was like in the mid-'60s, right?
Yeah. And fuck, that's the shit, man.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, man. You know, man. All I can say, man, is you know, up next after that is my solo album, and I'm gonna have a gang and shit like that on my album.
Now, what can we expect from that? So some more of that, more of the straight fucking wicked shit type stuff.
Well, on my solo album, I really don't know what to expect. You know, because I haven't started it yet. And I don't know. But that's cool. People like that song.
Definitely.
That's real cool.
So in this year we've seen, you know, releases from ICP from you guys, we're going to see it from Blaze. You know, Twisted's coming out with Independence Day in less than a month. What's going on with Independence Day? Is it finished? Have you heard it? What's going on?
I heard it on the last week of the tour. They gave us copies.
Yeah.
Yep, I heard it, and you know, it was a really, really crazy thing.
What's that?
I'm sitting there listening to it and I'm jamming in the beats and the fucking variety of beats, because they went to like, you know, probably 4 or 5 guys that they've never worked with before. So the variety of beats is crazy. You know, just different beats, like up and down and crazy beats. And you need a proof verse on that.
Oh man.
And that shit, man, I felt like crying under the simple fact that it never really dawned on me until this past week what happened with all of that. I mean, this guy reached out to us, you know. I mean, he reached out to us to kill that beat, that whole beat between all of that shit. He reached out to us, and that shit, and that blew my mind, man. And then, as soon as we watched the beat and everything was fresh, that happened, man. What a fucking shame, man.
Yeah, it is.
I mean, and it just, man. You know, if I'm not mistaken, the last song he ever recorded was that song with
Yeah, that's what they said. I think of the gathering last year.
You know?
That's nuts, but man, we're all hype about that, hearing that track and that whole album, man. What happened with some of the? I mean, I know this is more on Twisted side, but do you know what happened with some of the guest appearances that they had scheduled on there?
A lot of things were really fucked up. A lot of things, you know, big business people jerk lot of guys. I know for one example, one guy I think Master P.
Master P, yeah.
Laid his fucking vocals, sent them over, and then they said, all right, now send us the tracks. You know, like that means send us over the actual, you know, the mix of it, so we can just have his vocals on one track and then this on another track or whatever. And they couldn't get a hold of him after he sent over like a CD of him rapping over the beat and everything, but he never sent over the track.
Oh man.
They couldn't get a hold of him again, so it was worthless.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Shit like that, you know. And then other things, people would say, yeah, they're down or whatever, and then we can never be heard from again or this and that. You know, it's hard to fuck with guests. You know, we pretty much quit doing it. You know, I'm not really into guests anymore, man.
Yeah, so
unless there's somebody that we're totally fucking stealing, you know.
Is there anybody that stood out in that first listen to the album that you just had no clue that was going to turn out that well?
I saw the. Who really, like, took all our, put heart into it.
Yeah, who schooled it?
Proof.
Yeah.
I saw, and of course the Shaky family.
Oh, yeah.
Fuck, they ripped it up, man. They ripped it up. It's a great record, man. Hey, and get ready for Blaze, too, man.
Oh, I've been waiting for that one for, what has it been, like 3 years now?
Yeah, Blaze works at his own pace, but when he's that shit is heavy. And Blaze's record is real hot, too, man.
Well, one other thing I was going to ask you, since we're on this, can you give us some kind of insight to I mean, do each artist have their own creative process, and do they do their own thing, or do you get together and have meetings about what direction they're going to go in, or what?
Yeah, we get together and everybody talks about what they're doing. You know what I mean? Everybody talks about what they're doing. You know, like, just like that. Everybody talks about, you know, like, we get the whole family together and talks about what they're doing on their website, what they're doing in the studio, what they're going to be doing next year, and what they're going to be doing on the internet later this year, and this and that. And then Blaze will talk about what he's doing. And of course, Blaze twisted things to sort of stay together, you know. Jamie and Blaze are close, you know what I mean? So, they kind of work together, brainstorm together, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Similar to the way me and Boondock, you know what I mean? I help Boondock out with his concepts and stuff like that. Yeah, I help him out in the studio. Sometimes Jamie and Paul help Blaze out in the studio, things like that, you know, or help him come up with an album cover or vice versa, you know what I mean? They kind of work together, you know. And then Shaggy and Clay are real tight, you know what I'm saying? Things like that, you know. They've been developing a friendship, you know what I mean? Like working together. Everything goes back to Shaggy's tour. You know what I'm saying?
So since you're doing a solo album, do you think that Shaggy's going to be up next to the plate?
For what?
For a solo album?
Well, you know, the way we talked about it was, you know, how about like, you know, you do a solo album, then we'll do one, and then I'll do one, then we'll do one.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And we'll just take it from there.
Yeah.
Part of the process of trying to slow down ICD albums, so that when ICD albums come out, they're more of a bigger deal and a little more refreshing. You know what I mean? Just to try to make it so that they're more sought after. You know.
With the way that you guys did the Joker's cards, you had an overall theme to the entire album, and with the Tempest, it was a good album, but it was kind of all over the place. Do you think you'll go back to more of the theme type albums?
Well, I
know that Tempest was a roller coaster, but
yeah, I don't want to upset anybody, but I don't think there'll ever be another. Well, I can never say never. That's for sure. You know what I mean? That is for absolutely sure. I can never say never. I don't know how the fuck we're gonna be doing next year.
Right.
But as far as like another 5-year-long story or something, or another you know.
I think that's 10.
I don't think there'll be. That's what makes those Joker cards so fresh. Is that there's an ending. You know, if there was no ending, like if we were still going, you know, 7, 8, 9, 10, there wouldn't be as great as it is.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Picture when we're all 7 years old. You know, the riddle box will be the shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that's what makes those shit, man. There's an actual ending. You know what I mean? And that's what makes the Joker cards so special. You know? Yeah, the Tempest was just a regular album, a collection of music, you know? And there might be another one like that, just have an album name and just be a collection of music. But, you know, we might do something like, you know, similar to Wizard of the Hood, where the whole album is a theme or a story or something like that. But as far as like, you know, like making a 3-album story or something, I don't think so.
Yeah.
You know, I don't want to give everybody, I don't want anybody to think we suck now or something, but no matter what we do after the 6 Joker's cards, you know, coming after a 6-album story, it's going to be hard to do, man.
Oh, yeah.
It's going to be hard to top that, you know what I mean?
Well, you mentioned music collections. Now, I know that sometime in the past year you've said something about having a Psychopath from Outer Space 3. Is that still on the, is that still going to come out?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, no doubt. That's coming out soon, actually.
Is it going to be, what, Tempest outtakes, or what else you got up your sleeve?
A lot of stuff.
Yeah.
A lot of stuff, yeah. Tempest outtakes, a lot of stuff. You know, there's the new Riders coming out.
Oh, no, that was my next question.
Yeah, there's new Riders coming out. There's going to be another Dark Lotus album.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, oh, come on, man. We got it all dropping. We got a new Riders, a new Lotus, Psychopathic Part 3, you know, everything, you know, it's all, you know, all on its way. It's going to keep moving, you know what I mean? The only thing that's different now is the Joker card series extended, you know? And ITG is on to some different shit.
Well,
that's just the way it has to be.
yeah. So are we looking at the end of the year on Riders and Lotus, or is it going to be something in 2008, or what?
Oh, as far as Riders, we're looking at the Gathering.
Oh, my God. So it's already in the process.
Yeah, I can even give you an exclusive right here.
Oh, let's do it.
Okay, you want to know the name of the new Rider?
Yeah.
Oh, I got an exclusive for you. You're going to be the first person in the world to know the name of the new Rider.
Bring it, man. That's my shit.
You're going to be the first to know in all of mankind.
Not even Billy, or
Not even Billy.
Wow.
I'm telling you, fresh from the Riders. You ready?
Yeah, let's go.
Duck the fuck down.
Say that one more time.
Duck the fuck down.
Nice.
That's the new Riders album. Duck the fuck down.
That's the shit, man. Thank you for that, first of all. So are we gonna have a 6th rider?
Oh yeah, actually there's 7.
A 7? So do we know their names, or?
Yeah, we do, but that's all privileged information.
I feel you. All right. Well, I appreciate what you told me already. So is it gonna go back to 6 Petals of the Lotus?
Oh no, the Lotus will be what it is. It's five Lotus members.
Okay.
And that's where it's gonna stay.
Nice. Okay. Let's see. I will look at a few more questions for you, man. So, can you give us some kind of peek into 2008 and beyond, or is that too far ahead to think?
Big Money Rustlers.
Yeah. So you're planning on knocking that out within the next year, huh?
Yeah, yeah.
Wow.
Let's see, My Record.
Mm-hmm.
Kelly Demon. Well, you know, I don't know if she'll probably drop sometime this year, but she'll be on the road and stuff.
Mm-hmm. Don't mean to put you on the spot, man.
Yeah, I have to really, we gotta get back into the office and have a meeting, and I have a clear vision.
Cool. Well, let's see. I gotta talk about Howard Stern, man. I'm like his biggest fan. Do you still get nervous going in there, or was it ever a nervous thing, or you think you're close enough to it where it just all kind of flows?
Nah, I don't think I get nervous. Only thing that sucks, and I know we say this every time, but it's the truth, man. It's just sucks to get up that fucking early.
Yeah, like 4 in the morning?
Yeah, you gotta get up that early,
Mm-hmm.
you know, not the time we get up, you know, and go in there, it's fucking 8 in the morning,
And then you
always got some shit up their sleeve.
Yeah, then you got 2 assholes that got your face painted on the cocks.
Right. You know, it's something, you know. And you know always bring out somebody you hate or something,
Uh-huh.
you know. And one day they're gonna bring out somebody that we really hate. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just gonna hit the fan or something. You know what I mean? I don't know.
Well, your last appearance there made a long-lasting impression because they think twice before they do that shit anymore. So they're genuinely scared of you guys.
Yeah, Shaggy was gonna swing.
Oh, I know, right?
I was just pretty much stunned, but Shaggy wasn't having that shit.
Yeah. That's the shit, man.
But yeah, he's cool. I will say this. He's pretty much no different on or off the air.
Really?
Yeah.
Because he's just completely the opposite.
And he's tall as hell.
Mm-hmm.
And no matter what the fuck, we can never get him out of that place, man.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we're like, man, come to the show tonight. He ain't coming to the fucking show. He
Yeah.
ain't coming anywhere. He's just out.
He's a homebody, man.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's talk about the gathering this year.
Okay.
You got it's been promised with all sorts of new events, and the place looks like it's gigantic. What kind of ideas are being thrown around, or what's some of the new stuff that you're going to bring?
Bloody Mania.
Bloody Mania, right?
Bloody Mania is really going to be some heavy shit.
Mm-hmm.
You know, spectacular shit. Also, when you hear the lineup this year, it's going to be pretty crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, when you hear the bands that we're bringing in, the people we're bringing in is just know this. We got some new coming in. You know what I mean? Some
Mhm.
people that we've never had before, as well as the return of some people. You know, and some old greats will be coming back.
Yeah.
Yup. And let's see.
Gonna speculate on KMK?
See, here's the deal.
Uh-oh.
They're on tour.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh, that's Trace Noise Tour, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Their dates fall on the same dates as the gathering.
So that means probably no Tech Nine this year either?
Yeah, we tried, man.
Yeah.
We fucking tried.
That's cool, man. That's only, maybe 10% of the gathering, so that's cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm definitely interested to see what you got up your sleeve.
You know, we shot a video with them.
Oh yeah?
Yeah,
The music video?
Yeah. We shot a video with them in L.A.
For your album or for their album?
For their album.
Oh, okay.
It was pretty cool, man.
Yeah. So you know where to, when we can expect to see that?
I don't know what they're gonna do with it.
Mm-hmm.
It's called Think for Yourself.
Okay. That's fresh, man. Can't wait to see that.
It was fun. It was fun shooting the video. It was cool.
Cool. Any plans on working with Tech in the future?
Always, you know, that's the shit, man. I always enjoy doing stuff with him, and anytime they ever want to do something with us, I'll be down like a motherfucker. We don't have any plans right now, other than hopefully if they'll cancel that last date and come, you know, bring their tour over to the gathering.
Oh, that'd be something else. Yeah.
But yeah, they came out and seen us in Lawrence, Kansas the other day, and that was fresh.
Very cool. So hey, I think it was at the Cleveland show. You actually brought your kid out on stage. What inspired you to do that?
Oh man, that was one of the greatest moments of my life.
That's something else.
That was the greatest shit ever. That was in that was in Columbus.
Columbus, yeah.
That was shit. That's all I can say.
Was that his first experience on stage?
Yes.
Oh man, that's crazy.
That was the greatest.
Yeah, that's cool. Well, man, I think you have answered every single one of my questions. So much love for you for staying on the phone with me for like an hour.
Hey, no problem, man. And let me tell you this.
Yeah.
When I brought my son out there, that right there was one of the greatest moments of my life.
Mm-hmm.
What a magical time that was. Wow. He fucking grabbed the microphone and man, it was just unreal.
Mm-hmm.
It was just unreal.
All right, y'all. Sorry for butchering this once-in-a-lifetime interview, but this is at this point the second tape actually cut out, so I had no more room. The interview kind of just ended with him saying, you know, thanks to us for taking the time to do it, and I thanked him and everything like that. So you're not missing much except for him telling us that his favorite flavor of Faygo is orange with ice. So anyway, thank you guys for listening. Hope you enjoyed it, despite this less than perfect quality. And much clown love, y'all. Peace.